Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Now, I know I'm not sitting in the other chair, which typically when I film nighttime vlogs, I sit over there because I think that the lighting is better from over there. But when I was sitting over there last night, I was like, I don't know that I think that the lighting is any better over here than it is in the other chair. And this is the chair that I typically sit in. And it's just a little bit more comfortable, I think, because I've sat in it for so long that it's broken in. So I'm going to sit here tonight because I am worn out and exhausted today. But we have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, and if I don't film this vlog tonight, then there won't be a vlog for tomorrow. And I really wanted to make sure that I got a vlog filmed and up for tomorrow. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm vlogging right now. Hi, how are you guys doing? I just literally woke up from a nap about 20 minutes ago. I know it, a nap at, what time is it? Let's see, 12:22 a.m. in the morning. But I ate dinner late and then was getting Boo Radley to eat and took him outside and stuff like that. And so then we went and lay down for like 2 hours and we woke up, and then I took Boo Radley out and he ran around for a while, and then I just attempted to give him his medicine. He was like really resistant to taking the medicine from me. So but I tried twice, and so I think I got enough of it in his mouth and gave him little treats, and now he's relaxing inside. And Alex is still at his friend's house. He went there with a bunch of girls that he's friends with. There's like 6 or 8 girls in this boat today with him, and they all went boating on her boat. And then they were going to have like cake and stuff and just sit back at her house and have dinner. They were going to do like kind of like a pitch-in kind of thing and have dinner. And he's still over there. So, and he may be till like, you know, I don't know, he may be there till like 2 or 3 or something. So I am vlogging now. Hi. And then I am going to watch the last episode of First Kill on Netflix that I have, because I watched the 7th episode. There's 8 episodes. I watched the 7th episode last night, and then I watched the first 20 minutes of the last episode, and then I was like, okay, I gotta stop this and go to bed because Caroline was picking me up today. So because I wanted to finish it last night, but I didn't. And Caroline was like, how late are you going to stay up tonight? And I was like, well, it kind of depends on what the next show is that I pick. And I have a couple shows that I'm thinking about watching. First, there is The Old Man that's on Hulu, and it's with Jeff Bridges, and the first 2 episodes are out. So I'm thinking about watching that. And then my friend is watching, it's called The Unsolved Murder of Beverly Lynn Smith on Prime. She put on Facebook, and she's been talking, and she's been texting me nonstop about this show. She said The Unsolved Murder of Beverly Lynn Smith on Prime is completely bonkers. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll watch that. And then there was another show, hold on a second, that I was going to watch. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Loot starts on Apple TV on 6/24. I want to watch that. And Only Murders in the Building comes back the day before my birthday, 6/28. So I'm really excited about that. So I've got some shows that are coming up to watch. And Caroline was like, when she was looking at my list today of the shows that I watch, she was like, you haven't watched Ozark yet? And I was like, no. She was like, that needs to be at the top of your list. So I was like, okay. And then she also said that she had watched the first season of The Flight Attendant, but the second season she had a really hard time getting into. Is there anything else she told me? She loved The Serpent. I think that was the last one that she said something about. So I stayed up till like 4 last night. It was so cute because I went to bed. And got in bed, and I usually don't like look at my phone and stuff in bed. Like I have the charger thing that's like magnetic. It's from Apple. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You just kind of like put your phone on it like that and it just like sticks. And so I love it. I will tell you, if you've thought about buying it, I absolutely swear by it. And it's really kind of, for as expensive as it is, I don't even know, $30, something like that. it is like changed my life, because I was always like hooking my phone, into the cord, and it's like you just stick to it. It's like magnetic. I think maybe you have to have the newest edition of the iPhone. I don't know. But I really, really like it. When I got my newest phone, I got that charger as well. And Alex didn't. I said, do you want me to get you one? And he was like, no. But I love it. So anyway, but it does this thing where it's like, if you have it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like when you charge it, it like shows you how much of the battery, and it kind of like goes up like that. And so it kind of like lights up for a second, and then it goes back to your screensaver. And so when I got into bed, it was like 4 o'clock. Alex had gone to bed, early with me, or we had both gone to bed early. And didn't we? Or did he stay and watch TV for a little bit? No, I think we both went to bed at the same time last night. And so anyway, he had been asleep in bed for a little while, hours actually, because I'd been like watching TV and stuff. Did I get up and watch? I just can't remember now last night. Oh, it's going out of focus. Why is it doing that? Don't do that. Or did I go to bed and then I got up? I think that might have been what happened. Did I get up at like 12:30 and then I came out here and I vlogged and then I watched the show? That's what happened. So anyway, but he had been asleep for several hours. And so anyway, I went to bed last night and I got into bed, and little Boo Radley was like curling up in my chest, and Alex was like, he was like real silently, he's like, oh, I was looking at my phone, and he was like, what are you looking at on your phone? And I go, I can't sleep. And he goes, I can't sleep either. And so we sat there. It was so funny. It was so cute for like 15 minutes, and we just like whispered back and forth. It was so sweet. I love to just lay there and pet Boo Radley late at night. And I've been really missing Pee-Pee and Tucker lately, like really hardcore, like missing them. And I feel like with Pee-Pee, like we were so like, we knew with like the heart disease, like things got bad quick at the end, but they were kind of progressively getting worse through the months. And she had given us a time limit with him, and like even when we first took him in, he already had this bad cough, right? But with Tucker, who his passing didn't really have anything to do with the heart disease, we really weren't prepared for it because he was doing good on the medicine. The heart disease medicine was working. He was doing good. He really didn't ever have a cough. And so, when it's 2 days before and he's lethargic, not eating, and there's 2 days of that. I mean, we really only had 2 days. And I can tell you that even the night, that we went into the VCA, which is like the emergency vet, I was not prepared. Like, if you had said to me, I was at my meeting that night. If you had said to me, like, this is the night that, Tucker's going to go, I would have been like, you're crazy. There's no way. And, I don't know. I just think maybe I haven't, like, really grieved a whole lot since he's been gone. And, sometimes Boo Radley makes me really sad. Because, like, I'll walk inside and he'll just be, like, standing there. Or, like, today, when I was doing stuff, I've noticed since Tucker's passed, I've noticed that from time to time that Boo Radley seems much older to me. It was funny because tonight, like, he walked all the way down to the neighbor's mailbox and was sniffing around. I just let him sniff as long as he wants. I'm like, the little guy didn't really have much of a life now. He doesn't have any brothers to play with or anything, I try to take him out as much as possible. And so he was sniffing down at our neighbor, Laura, her mailbox. And so I go, Boo Radley, what are you doing? And he, like, looked at me, and then he, like, took off and, like, ran down the street, like, at a mile a minute, like he was a puppy again. So there are moments where he's like that, and he's, like, running around the backyard and everything like that. But there's also moments where, like, his eyes sometimes to me look older. He is older, he's 12 and a half years old. And, so this medicine that we have to give him, it's liquid form, and it smells like dirt. I don't even know how to explain it. It just like straight up smells like dirt. But the next time they're going to compound it into treats for us, so that because they're into like little soft treats, and we're hoping that that'll be easier to give to him. He's just like anybody messing with his mouth, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't want anybody messing with my mouth either. But today, when I was doing stuff around the house, like after Caroline and I were done, I was like, I filmed a video and I was uploading it, and I was cleaning up the kitchen and stuff like that, and Beverly just laid on the chair that I film in the living room, like just laid on it. He like never does that. Like he'll get in his little bed on the floor, and if like Alex is on the couch, he like lays with Alex, and he'll sometimes sit, like if I'm in the chair watching TV, he'll like sometimes get up and, well, I have to pull him up there, but he'll get up and sit on the ottoman in like a little ball, but never just like jumps up in the chair and like curls up there by himself. So I actually brought my very last limoncello LaCroix out. I have so many sparkling waters right now, you guys. Do you know those ones that I bought? This is so funny. I was telling Caroline this today. Those ones that I got at Trader Joe's are so good, you guys. I was like, is there alcohol in here? Like, it almost kind of like, I don't know, it reminded me of like a wine cooler back in the day. I was like, I mean, not that that to me tastes good, but it just was like, it didn't just taste like sparkling water. Well, it's not, because it's got concentrated fruit juice in it. 55 or 50% of it is concentrated fruit juice. But it does not have alcohol in it. But I was like, I want to make sure, because today I had the watermelon one. I got watermelon, and I got pineapple, and I got watermelon. And last night I had the pineapple one when I was vlogging. And tonight I had, like when I was done with everything and waiting for my video to upload, I had my watermelon one, and it was really good. Like, and it's funny because I'm not a huge watermelon flavor person, but the watermelon one was so much better. Oh, Tanya Jeans called me. Hold on a second, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I talked to Tanya on the phone for about 20 minutes, and then Alex just got home. He actually called me. I'd just been talking to Tanya, and then Alex like beeped in, and so I talked to him, and he was on his way home, and then I called Tanya back, and we talked for a little bit longer. It's now 1:05, so I don't know how long that was, but we always start our conversations off on the phone, like just talking about our day and what's going on, and we're laughing, and then we end up getting into these deep conversations, which is what happened. I was like, what is that over there? It's like where the door is kind of propped open because Alex came out here when he got home. Anyway, what was I talking about? I think I was like trying to remember. I was like, don't forget what you were talking about. I think I was talking about the watermelon sparkling juice. So if you have a Trader Joe's and you like sparkling water, it really actually tastes almost kind of more like soda than it does sparkling water. And you can definitely taste like the fruit juice in it. And the watermelon, I have to tell you, I like 10 times more than this is gonna drive me crazy back here. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why I shut the camera off. I could have just kept it on. But anyway, the watermelon I like 10 times more than the pineapple, which is so funny because I love pineapple flavored anything. So I'm kind of surprised that the watermelon is more my fave than the pineapple, but it's really refreshing. They're great. And when I was looking it up online, it said that they're only here for the summer. So if you have a Trader Joe's and you want to try something different, like an alternative to soda, I would suggest these. They come in little boxes of 4. Like the watermelon one was red, and like the pineapple one was yellow. The boxes, just real plain boxes. But anyway, so yeah, today Caroline came and got me. She was supposed to be here at 11:30, but she had a bunch of stuff she was doing from just getting in from Cape Cod. So she came and got me at about, I think it was like 12:15. And we were both hungry. People were like, did you go to Mexican today? We did not go to Mexican today. I actually asked her, I was like, do you want to get Mexican? She's like, no, I'm not hungry for Mexican today. So we went to Ruth's Cafe, and it was really, really busy. I haven't been there in a long time. I used to go there back in the day. I used to talk about it on here. And I love the grilled cheese. They have like 4 different grilled cheeses there. And So I love their grilled cheeses. I love their soups. I was actually talking to this woman at the pool today, and she was like, oh my God, they have like the best waffles there. And I was like, I didn't even know that they had waffles there. I don't really get breakfast food when I go there. It was funny because the woman I was talking to, she went to Cafe Pas de Choux today, and she was talking about the French toast that she got. They have croissant French toast at Cafe Pas de Choux, and it's unbelievable. But anyway, so Caroline and I asked her, I said, do you want to split this thing called a lefse that my friend Erin introduced me to? And Caroline was like, no, I'm trying to eat better because I ate horribly when I was on vacation. And so we started with this like lefse thing, but I got it anyway. And then Caroline, she ate half of it. She was like, oh my God, this is so good. It's basically like, they're just like 2 crepes. And then inside is like cinnamon and sugar, and you put syrup over it. It's so delicious. So we started with that. And then Caroline got a half and half. She got a salad, a little side salad, and then she got, it was like a BLT, but it was like brie, it was like bacon, BB something, BBL. It was like bacon, lettuce, and brie on toasted bread, and she got it with just like on sourdough bread. I got Grandma's grilled cheese, which is Velveeta cheese on challah bread, which is like sourdough bread kind of. And then I got a cup of tomato basil soup. Their soups there are fantastic. But they got my order wrong in the kitchen, and so they brought me out a half sandwich, and then they brought me like a little side salad with the house vinaigrette, and which was really, really good. And so then she's like, oh, well, we'll bring out your soup and the other side of the sandwich. So I ate like half of the salad. It was delicious. It was really, really good. And that was our lunch, and we just sat there and talked. It was really loud, and there was really fun, and she was telling me all about her trip. She and her friends, she went with like 4 girlfriends to Cape Cod, and they stayed in Sandwich. I don't know anything about this area, but they got like an Airbnb, and it was like walking distance to the beach. And she said they only walked there one day though. Or no. She said we were walking distance, but we drove because we didn't want to carry our chairs and stuff like that. And then every day they went to like a different place. And so like one day she went to Nantucket, and one day they went, or they, not just she, one day they went to Provincetown. I can't remember where the other place was that they went. She said she was really surprised by Nantucket. She said it didn't look like what she thought it would look like. And she said I said, is that area just like so unbelievably beautiful? Because I've heard for years and years and years that Cape Cod is just like, you know, so pretty. And I always think of like Amity in the Jaws movies. And she said, it really looks like upstate Michigan, kind of. Where Caroline spent a lot of time in the summers, because they would go to, like, up there to, I can't remember the town that they used to go to, but she and her family and a bunch of other families would go, and for, like, a week or 2 weeks or something, and they would spend time up there. And Caroline, still, she's got, like, a trip planned at the end of the summer to North Michigan, and she goes to Michigan, like, twice in the summer. We have family friends that were her mom and dad's like closest friends that were my mom's friends as well, and my dad's friends. But they have a house in, I can't remember, outside of like South Haven or something they built. Beautiful house. And so they go up there for like the whole summer and stuff like that. A lot of people in Indiana go to Michigan for the summer because Michigan is so pretty. The thing about Michigan is like Lake Michigan is so ice cold for, you know. My mom, her best friend in high school, her dad built, when they were in high school, her dad built a house on Beaver Island, Michigan. Beaver Island is like a 9-hour drive from Indianapolis. I know because I did it one time. And then you take the ferry over from Charlevoix. Charlevoix is such a cute city. And then you take the ferry over from Charlevoix. And then it's like it's an island. Beaver Island is really small. So my mom's best friend from high school, she ended up moving to San Francisco. She lived in the Haight, Ashbury for a long time. Kind of free spirit, hippie type. And then her parents got divorced, like in the 70s or something. And her mom and her sister moved to Beaver Island, and they lived there for the rest of their lives. And my mom's friend Diane, who passed away 3 years before my mom did, she moved to Beaver Island. She was a bartender up there, and she lived there for her entire life, the rest of her life. So when I was going into 10th grade, my mom and I, and my mom's sorority sister and her daughter, we drove from Indianapolis to Beaver Island, and we stayed there for a week in August. It was like the week before. Well, we got back from Beaver Island, and then my mom's best friend, Susie, she came to visit with her 2 daughters, and so it would have been like the first week of August, maybe, something like that we went to Beaver Island. But I remember it because I was kind of like, it was a period of my identity growing up that I was listening to a lot of like music that my mom had listened to back in her youth. I was listening to a lot of Bob Dylan, and I can remember going over on the ferry, and I had, you know, like my Walkman and whatever, and I just listened to like, Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, like over and over and over and over again, and watching the water on the thing. And I remember we stayed in this little house, and it was like on the corner, not like of a street, but it was like if you walked like on the beach, it was like the beach kind of like curved like this. And there was, I mean, huge trees, Michigan's huge trees and stuff. And right outside the house was this like tire swing that was like hooked up to this house. And this house was like so tiny. It was like 2 little bedrooms, and like I remember you go up like 2 or 3 steps, and there was like this wood patio outside, this like big wood patio with like, you know, chairs and a picnic table and stuff. And then if you went inside, it was like a kitchen, and then it was like just like, there wasn't even really a living room. There was just kind of, oh, it's going out of focus. There was just kind of like a sitting area, and then the 2 little bedrooms. But I remember we would like go into the Lake Michigan. We would go into Lake Michigan, and it was like shallow for like a mile out, and it had like what are those called? Sandbars and stuff like that. And we would just play in the water all day long. It was so fun. But it was still like in August, that far north, like Michigan was still, I mean, the area that was shallow where the sandbars were wasn't really cold, but I remember when it got any deeper, it was like pretty cold. I remember we like washed our hair in the lake. I don't remember that, or I don't know why I remember that. Do you remember that Aussie hair salad shampoo? My friends and I, we all used that in high school. I loved the smell of it. Now I think if I almost can kind of smell it as I'm talking about it, which is so funny. But that was a really fun trip. I remember one day Diane came to pick us up because we were going to the other side of the island. Like everybody would like walk or drive to the other side of the island, and they would see the sunset. Like every day they did this. And I remember she was driving down the middle of the road. She had this big Bronco, and I was like, Diane, why are you driving down the middle of the road? And she was like, so you don't dust people. And it was like, all these people were, why does it keep on going in and out of focus? Hold on a second. And there were all these people walking on either side of the road, and then we just got to this like beach clearing area, and there was like all of these people that were there with like chairs and blankets and stuff to like watch the sunset. I love that. I love that every day, like somebody's intention is to see the sunset. I think that's such a cool thing, right? So anyway, that was a fun trip. I remember one night, my mom went out with Diane to the bar. My mom used to tell such, she would go there when she was like in college, and she would go there at other times and stuff in the summer. They just called it the island. And she had this one story that she and Diane were drinking in this bar, and this is an island that like a lot of sailors and stuff used to come to back in the day. In the winter, apparently they only come like once a month to bring supplies and stuff, so you're like literally out there, right? And nobody but like the people that live on the island are out there in the winter. And this one summer that my mom went to go visit her, she was like in college, or she was like 22 or 23 or something, and they had been drinking in this bar and got kind of intoxicated, and got dared by these guys that they wouldn't take, like there's huge boats out there, you guys, like huge ships, like this is like a shipping area, that they wouldn't take like a rowboat out where the channel was. And so my mom and Diane like are rowing this boat like way out into the middle of the lake, and my mom said that all of a sudden they just like looked up, and it was like this ship is like coming right at them. They're like with the foghorn on it and stuff like that. My mom said she thought she was gonna die. But on that trip, just one night, I remember Diane made a tape too, a cassette tape of like all of their favorite songs to dance to when they were in high school, which I thought was real cute. But one night, because they like, you know, were in high school in the late 50s. They graduated in 61. One night my mom went out with Diane it was called Jack's Bar. It was just like this small little towny bar. And they went to the bar, and I stayed home with my mom's sorority sister and her daughter. Remember, we played cards and stuff like that. But I do also remember that my mom's sorority sister, it was like one of her best friends, like most of her life. She would every morning make us these bagels, and she like toasted them. And then she put like butter and cream cheese on them. Who is texting me? Nobody ever texts me or calls me until late at night. Isn't that so funny? And then she would put butter and cream cheese on them, and then she would wrap them in tin foil, and she would put them in the oven for just like 2 to 3 minutes. They were, oh my God, so good. I remember that. But this one night, my mom always, like when I was growing up, she wore like hard contacts. Do you guys remember wearing hard contacts? And then she went to gas permeable, and then she went to disposables. But my mom was like, she could not see. I mean, she couldn't see this far in front of her face if she didn't have glasses or her contacts on. She was really, really nearsighted. And so she wore hard lenses that were very expensive, and you had to clean them a certain way. Do you remember this? Like when you would take them out? I don't know why this camera is continuing to do this. It's like focusing in and out. Come on, camera. I guess it used to do it in the car all the time, but I don't know why it's doing it here. Maybe it's because of the light. But anyway, you had to clean them a certain way, and my mom would always say to me, now be careful with mom's contacts. They're very expensive. Like, she would always say, don't like take the cases in the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. So she and Diane went out, and then Diane brought her home, right? And they wanted to go swimming in the lake, but they didn't want to disturb us. So they just like were going skinny dipping basically. So my mom didn't want to get in the water with her contacts and her contacts. So she took her contacts off and laid them down on the beach. So anyway, she was trying, because you could kind of see that they were like hard, you know. I just remember her like the next day, like trying to find these contacts or something. I can't remember the story exactly how it went, but it was like such a mess. That was a fun trip. That was a really fun trip. It's funny how like some of the smallest trips, or the trips that you don't ever think are going to have like a huge impact on you, end up having a big impact on you. I don't know why that trip. It's very few things that I remember from that trip. Like I remember being in the lake. I remember playing cards at this table in the kitchen. I remember like going to the sunset. I don't remember tons from that trip. I remember going to where Diane and her mom and sister lived and seeing that. And we went to the restaurant that was next to Jack's Bar. I remember doing that. But like I don't remember tons from that trip. You know, the other thing that's interesting is that Alex and I, a couple years ago, we went on a trip. This was when I had started vlogging, because I can remember driving around and uploading my vlogs. If you watch my vlogs since the beginning, you'll remember this. We went to Connecticut, and Alex had a training that he was doing there. And we stayed in an Airbnb. Well, we stayed in a bed and breakfast. And I had never really stayed in a bed and breakfast before, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to. And I ended up loving it. I just ended up absolutely loving it. And it was this bed and breakfast that had like it had like a main house, and then had like 2 houses out and back. And it was such a fun trip. And like Alex would go to his classes during the day, and then I can remember, I think like once or twice I ate breakfast in the main house, and they had these lemon verbena pancakes that were so good. And I remember like a booktubeathon was just starting, and so I sat in like the garden one day and I talked about booktubeathon. I filmed a video. I filmed a lot of videos there, but I can remember driving back and forth and uploading my vlogs as I drove. And one of the things that was so interesting, Alex and I one day, we went to this town that was close by that had the oldest restaurant on the East Coast, supposedly. There was a lot of historical stuff over there. It was close to Mystic, I think. Is that right? Would that be right? I don't know. But anyway, I can't even remember what this town was called. But this was one of my favorite trips we've ever taken. Isn't that so funny? Of all the beautiful places we've gone, of all the amazing hotels that we've gone to, this was one of my favorite trips I've ever gone. I feel like I should stop this and start it again because it's going out of focus so much. Hold on. This is literally the vlog of starting over. I've started over so many, or stopped it and started it so many times. I don't really think that helped a whole lot. But anyway, yeah, it was like one of my favorite trips ever. And I remember one day I would like go and look for like coffee places. And one day I went like 2 towns over because it was like the closest Starbucks that I could find. And I was in there and I was like I was gonna work and like try to upload a video and stuff while I was there. And I was waiting for my coffee and this girl came up to me and she goes, "Are you Peter Monn?" And I go, "Yeah." This blew me away. Okay, I'm like in this small town on the East Coast and she goes, "Oh my God, I watch all of your Peterisms videos." My Peterisms videos of every channel, right? And she was like, "You have no idea how much they have helped me." She was like crying. Like she stood there and like cried. She goes, I mean, these videos where I just like read meditations and talk about how I relate to it and whatever and how it's affected things that have happened in my life and how I relate to the meditations and meditations, you know. And she was like, "I love those." She's like, Please don't ever." And I always think of this with her, like when I haven't filmed a Peterisms video for a while, which is right now, I haven't. I always think of her. I'm always like, because she said, "Please don't ever stop that channel." She was like, "You have no idea how much that channel has helped me." That channel never gets that many views. It gets like between like 500 and 1,000 views like a day or a video. And I always think, there's been like several people that have come up to me specifically on that channel and just been like, "I love that channel. It's like so helpful to me," you know? Yeah. That was a great trip. Alex and I also one time we went to Louisville, Kentucky for our anniversary, and we stayed at the 24C Hotel, which is like an art museum hotel. It has like a art museum inside, and has this great restaurant next to it called Proof. I don't even know if it still exists, so it might not. But we had such a good time, and I remember one day we went to the Highlands area of Louisville that has like all these thrift stores, and we went in all these different thrift stores and we walked all around and we had lunch over there. It was just like such a fun day. We had such a great day. That trip was really fun. I think that was when the Connection was still around in Louisville, because this gay bar, because I think we went to the Connection when we were down there, and we went out to dinner and then we went to the Connection. Alex and I have had fun times traveling. We've had fun trips. And we'll have more. We're talking about doing just like a little like weekend trip. I asked Alex what he wanted for his birthday, and he like thought about it, and he was like, "What if we just go to like Chicago or Nashville for like just a weekend getaway?" And then we thought about maybe doing it like as a couples trip with like Melissa and Jason, Aaron and Eric. And just going down for like 2 or 3 nights somewhere. So we think we're gonna do that. And yeah. I got so much sun today at the pool. Oh, so Caroline picked me up, and then we went to Ruth's Cafe. And what did we do? After Ruth's Cafe, we went to the post office, and I picked up, I did not get the packages because the line was so long, so I wasn't gonna, we were trying to get to the pool, so I'll pick up my packages probably, I don't know, probably be Monday or Tuesday maybe. And I think I have either 1 or 2 packages there, but I got a bunch of cards in the mail, and so I got those. I opened a couple of them, but I haven't. I wanted to sit out here and just take some time doing that and reading the cards. And then she needed to go to Costco, so we went to Costco and got a bunch of stuff. And then I wanted to go through Starbucks, but she wanted to, she wanted to get a bottle of water, like a big bottle of water. And so she was like, "Can we just go to a gas station instead and you can get a fountain pop?" She was like, "I don't want to go to both because we're trying to get to the pool." So it was Caroline and her husband's anniversary today, so she had dinner reservations early. I think at like 5:45 were her dinner reservations at this restaurant called the Italian House in Carmel. So she couldn't leave here too late. And so we were trying to get to the pool. We actually wanted to be at the pool by like 1:30, but like we didn't really plan on going to eat or anything today. So we got to the pool. I think we got to the pool like 2:30. It wasn't too late. And there were like a bunch of kids in the pool when we got there. There were like 6 or 7 kids in the pool. Like a dad and then like a couple that were grandparents. And so Caroline and I just laid there and talked and stuff like that. It was fun. And then the kids left at like 3:15, 3:30. And Caroline and I just like sat with our feet in the shallow end. And then like my neighbors came and we started talking to my neighbors and stuff like that. It was fun. And yeah, and then Caroline left at, I think it was like 4:30, and I made a video and a drama video and I got it uploaded, and then fed Boo Radley, unloaded the dishes. I know, my life's so exciting, isn't it? And did a bunch of stuff around the house, and then the video took forever to upload. I don't know why. It's like YouTube was slow today. And then I came down and I had bought this hummus wrap sandwich from Trader Joe's when Sarah took me the other day. So I ate that sandwich and I had some leftover sour cream and onion chips that I had gotten on Tuesday night. No, I got them like a week ago Tuesday night. So I ate the rest of those with my wrap sandwich and I watched the end of America's Choice, which is a game show, and then I watched half of an episode of Family Feud. And then I was like, little dog, that's what I call Boo Radley. I said, come on, little dog, let's take a nap. So little dog and I took a nap, and by that time it was late, you guys. It was like, yeah, it was like 9 or 9:30 because I set my alarm for 11 or 11:30. I don't even remember. And I was so tired. I was so exhausted. I felt like, you know, like when you're out in the sun all day long and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. That's how I felt. And so I texted Alex and I said, I'm going to lay down. And he said he wasn't going to be there much longer. So anyway, he had a great time, he said. And he said it was so much fun seeing all of his friends and just hanging out. And they went boating all day. And well, he worked till 2 and then he went over there and they went boating. Tomorrow we have our friend's daughter's open house. Do you ever get excited about, I asked Caroline this today, so see, you guys are just like my family and friends too, like, do you ever, which you already knew, but do you ever like know you're going to something and you know there's going to be something there, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's your, you know, grandma's mac and cheese. I don't like my grandma's mac and cheese, but Caroline loved it. But maybe it's like your grandma's mac and cheese, or, you know, there's going to be something there that you're really excited about. Okay. So Aaron, now they'll probably have changed the whole menu. So I was talking to Aaron, I don't even remember when this was, a month ago or something. And I said, we were talking about the open house. And I said, what are you guys going to do? Is it going to be like, you know, should we dress nice? I mean, she's like, oh no, it's super casual. They have a really nice backyard. It's like, it's all like stoned and they have a gazebo and it's just like beautiful. And they have like an L-shaped huge couch out there. It's really, and fire pit, and it's really nice. And she's like, no, it's just going to be in the backyard. It's going to be just like super easy, you know, whatever. It's just like the people that, you know, Maddie wants, don't even worry about it. And so I was like, okay. Do you guys remember her? She was in a BookTube video of mine, or maybe it was like 2 or 3 of them. She was in with me back in the day. So anyway, she was like, it's so funny. She was like, because do you remember when we did the walking tacos? And I was like, walking tacos is, I mean, everybody knows what a walking taco is, I think now, but I first heard about them like at the state fair, because you could get them at the state fair and people, you'd see them. And what it is like a bag of like Frito-Lays or like Doritos or whatever, and then you put like ground beef in it, sour cream, you put in it whatever you want. It's like a taco, but it's like in a chip bag, right? So Aaron had something, I can't even remember what it was for. It was like some little get-together party that she had over there with like 10 or so people. Maybe it was 4th of July. I don't know, because she would have cooked out for that. I don't remember what it was, but she did these walking tacos. And it was literally a box that she bought at Costco. And it was like, it came with like, I don't know, 45, 60 bags in there. And just the little bags that you get at the gas station. of like Doritos. There's like Cool Ranch Doritos, spicy Doritos, and then like Frito-Lays or something like that. Or maybe it was like Scoops or something. I don't know. But then she had laid out like a huge thing of sour cream, onions, tomatoes, pico de gallo, you know, and then like cheese, different kinds of cheese, mozzarella cheese, you know, whatever. And then like ground beef. And you could just make your own walking taco and then just like eat it, you know. And I loved it. I had like 2 of them. I was so excited about it when she had them. I don't know why. It just was, first of all, it was so delicious. And second of all, it was so delicious. And third of all, it just was such a cool little cute concept to me. And I loved it, right? I am so excited to have a walking taco tomorrow. Because she said that that's what Maddie wanted to have for her open house. She wanted to have walking tacos. So I'm really, really, really excited about the walking tacos tomorrow. And then Alex's girlfriend, I think her husband has to work tomorrow night. And so she was like wanting, she lives like really far away though. She was wanting us to like come over there and just kind of like hang out, maybe have like a late dinner or something like that. I think I'm going to tell him that I'm not going to go. I was going to kind of wait and see how I felt, but I'm like, I don't think I'm going to film any videos tomorrow because I have a review video already filmed. And then unless something would happen that I would like pop off and make a video like before we left. But I have a review video already for tomorrow. And then I have this vlog that will be going up. And I posted a video tonight at like 9 o'clock. I didn't even get it up till like, it was maybe 10 o'clock. I think it was, I thought it was like, no, because I was in bed by then. So it was like 8:45. I posted this video, I think, on my drama channel. So I think I'm going to take tomorrow and Sunday off unless something happens and I just want to film a video real quick over there. I will film my vlog through the weekend though, unless I just get like super tired and I'm like, I'm not filming my vlog today. But other than that, I can't imagine why I wouldn't film it. So I think tomorrow night I might just like relax around the house if he wants to go over there. He might even, I have a feeling he is going to be exhausted from today because like, they were on the boat. They went out on the boat at like 2:30 and they were out there until like 9 o'clock tonight. So I have a feeling he's going to be really tired tomorrow. So he might not even want to go to his friend's house tomorrow night for dinner. Who knows? And then Sunday, why is it, the camera's like clicking. And then on Sunday, we'll sleep in and do brunch somewhere, and I'll probably just relax and stuff then. We have RuPaul's Drag Race to watch. There's some movie that I want to see. I can't remember what it is. And then Alex's birthday is on Tuesday. And so for his birthday, we're going to a friend of his house. He's going to go over there like early and get it kind of organized. And she's like a really cool outside area. It's supposed to be really hot on Tuesday. So he's like, well, maybe I'll do it inside. But basically like a movie night is what he wants to do. And so he's going to have all his popcorn. He ordered like popcorn seasoning on Amazon. It came today and he's real excited about it. So that'll be fun on Tuesday for his birthday. And then I really think for the day of my birthday, we're going to do like a joint dinner. For Melissa just had her birthday, and then in the end of May, and then Alex and I having our birthdays. We're gonna do like a kind of like joint birthday dinner, and the three couples are gonna go out. Well, Aaron and Eric, Melissa, Jason, Alex, and I for our birthdays and do like a birthday dinner thing, and then I'll probably do something with Valerie one-on-one, and you know, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't have plans to do anything as like with a group, like any kind of like big dinner or anything like that. I don't have any. I mean, with like Tanya, Valerie, and I don't know. You know, it's not like I have tons of friends. I mean, my recovery friends, but for the day of my birthday, we'll probably just like go to the pool and maybe have brunch. And then I'd like to go see a movie. I want to see Jurassic Park that night. I really would like to see that new Jordan Peele movie that's called Nope or whatever, but I don't think it comes out until July. So that's what we'll do. We'll just go see some movie that night. Maybe 2 movies, I don't know. I love movie popcorn. Oh my God. That's like my new obsession. Because I never would get popcorn back in the day when I would go to movie. I mean, not never. I sometimes did. But back in the day when, like, so Melissa and Jason, Alex and I, Melissa and Jason, Alex and I would go to a lot of movies together back in the day. And Melissa and I would always get the popcorn opulus, the caramel corn. And, so, and Alex and Jason would get, like, you know, popcorn or whatever. Or beer sometimes. And, but I never really liked, like, buttered popcorn from, it just wasn't my favorite from the movie theater, you know? Like, my mom loved microwave popcorn. Oh my God, she was obsessed with it. But I typically, like, if I went to the movie theater, I would, like, bring candy, you know, from the gas station in my pockets and stuff. But I wouldn't get, like, a popcorn unless it was caramel corn. But in the last year or two, like, if we went to the, God, I don't even know how many movies we've gone to. Not many. But the last couple times that we've gone to movies, I've gotten popcorn, and I've, like, even, like, gone out halfway through. Like, do you guys know, like, AMC theaters, they have, like, the button that you can push where it's, like, the butter comes out. And then it's horrible. And then you put salt on it, and it's so good. I love tons of butter on my popcorn. I'm just like, eat it. So delicious. So now I like movie popcorn. Isn't that so funny? To the point where I'm like, I'll go see any movie. I even went and saw Top Gun just so I could have movie popcorn. And I was so mad because we were sitting in the middle of a row, and for me to, like, and it's those chairs that, you know, like, are, what do you call it, like, recliners. And so for me to, like, go out and get more butter halfway through the movie, I would have had to, like, walked all the way down an aisle. And I was so bored by that movie. I know some of you love Top Gun. I never saw the original, okay, so don't be mad at me. I didn't love the movie. It was okay. It just was okay. I mean, I wouldn't watch it again, not even if I was forced to. But I wanted to refill. I don't remember. Maybe I did get up and refill my fountain pop. But I wanted to, like, carry all my stuff out and, like, refill it halfway through the movie. And I don't think I did. Because I can remember I sat there for the longest time thinking about it. Because I went through, like, all of my treats through that movie. It was just like, I don't know what's going on. What? The fighter planes? I don't get it. So anyway, I love going to the movie theater. It's like one of my favorite things. It's always been like one of my favorite things. I remember when I was growing up in Carmel, where I lived, there was this movie theater, and it was called Woodland Movie Theater. It was like just in this, like, Woodland Mall area, and it was real small. And when you would go up, you would buy your ticket, and there was, like, a ticket window, right? And then on one side, and the concession, so when you walked inside, it was like the concession stand was in the middle, and on one side was like one movie, it like went back to one movie theater, and on the other side, it went back to another movie theater, right? And so when you bought your tickets and walked in there, like, everybody would be standing in that area until they opened the doors for the movie to start, right? And I think the exit was, like, out of a side, like, out of another door or something, but I could be wrong about that. But I can just see, like, tons of people standing in that entryway, like, right as you would walk in there. And I feel like on, like, Friday and Saturday nights, it was, like, one side was, like, not a kid's movie, but more of, like, a family movie. It'd be, like, E.T. or something like that. Which I think just came out, like, it's just the anniversary of it coming out not too long ago. And then on the other side, it was more of, like, an adult kind of movie, like Kramer versus Kramer or something like that. And I can remember we would go up there on, like, Friday and Saturday nights, like my mom and I can remember that. And I feel like even maybe my mom and dad and I went up there one time. And then when I was in elementary school, they would show 3D movies, and you could go to Hook's Drugs, and you could get the 3D glasses and pay, like, $1 for them. And then you could go in and watch movies in 3D, and I loved that. I also remember when they had movies on TV, and they were always old movies, you know, that would be in 3D. This was like a summer thing too. And so you could go to the Hook's Drugs, or Hook's is probably local, I think, but wherever, like the drugstore, and you could buy your 3D glasses. Remember, one side was blue and one side was red. You could get your wear them like this, your 3D glasses, and to watch the show or whatever, and it was like a severed arm would come at you. Like, it was always, Jaws 3 3D. I saw that in the movie theater with my dad. I can remember because my dad for years after would make fun of it, and he'd be like, the only Jaws where Jaws growls. It was bad, though. I do remember that. And, like, a severed arm did float by. I don't think I just made that up, because I do remember that, kind of. something that Jaws bites in that movie. But that was in 3D when it came out. Jaws 3, the one that takes place at SeaWorld. I remember that. We were watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night, and Kyle Richards was talking about how she and Mauricio had a house in Putumita, and that their neighbor, it was like this gorgeous house, and their neighbors came out to their pool and there was an alligator in it. And so Kyle was like, we're selling this house. And they got like a really good price for it and whatever. I told Alex, I said, if there was an alligator in a swimming pool, I would never get in a swimming pool again as long as I lived, period. I'm already scared to get in because of sharks, okay? There's no way I would get into it if I saw an alligator in a swimming pool. That would just never happen again. You know what? There is that author that I love. I cannot remember his name. Alex something, I feel like. But the book, the last book was called Black Coral. And I feel like there should be a third one. Maybe it's coming out in July, and I know that. Black Coral book. Andrew Mayne. Let's see when Andrew Mayne's new book comes out. Andrew. So I love that series. It takes place in Fort Lauderdale. New book. Okay. The Girl Beneath the Sea. Sea Storm. Did I watch that? I'm gonna have to look this up on Goodreads. Because if he has a new one out, I'm gonna want to see it, okay? Or read it. Andrew Mayne. I need to get back to reading, you guys. I need to get back to reading. And really put an effort into it. And just listen to Audible like an hour a day. Alex is like, you used to love Audible so much. And he's like, you don't ever listen to it anymore. I was like, I know. I don't know what's going on. Just can't anymore. Okay. So, The Girl Beneath the Sea was the first one. I loved it. The second one was Black Coral. Loved that. The third one, Sea Storm, came out March 29th. And the fourth one, Sea Castle, comes out February 21st. I don't even know the last time I bought a book on Audible. Well, we'll find out because I don't know how many credits I have, which will be real interesting. Where is my Audible? Oh, this is bad when you don't even know where your Audible is anymore. Okay. I'm still listening to that book of Cold Cases by Simone, whatever her name is. I can't think of. Okay. Sea Storm. Let's see. I feel like I bought it. No, Andrew Mayne. I didn't buy it. Oh, I did buy it. Play, download. Yeah, I did buy it. Let's see what the... Oh, this is interesting. It puts next step in your series. Let's see what, Okay, new and mystery. Anything I want to read? Are you guys reading any books that, like, I must read? More of what you like. Bestsellers, let's see. Oh, when the Crawdads Sing, Where the Crawdads Sing, when does that come out? John Grisham has a new book out called Sparring Partners. Has anybody read it? Okay. If that movie is already out and I have not seen it, or I didn't know it, we're going to watch it this weekend. Movie. I have not heard anything about it. Comes out July 15th. Is it only in theaters? I don't know. I haven't even watched the trailer for it. So when I get off here, I'm going to watch a trailer, which is right now, because I'm going to end the vlog right now, and then I'm going to watch the trailer for it. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. I know that this vlog was kind of like all over the place and stop and start and stop and start today, but it was nice talking to you guys, and I had a good time tonight. So I feel really relaxed. I was very tired when I started this, but I feel just kind of like calm and relaxed. And I'm going to watch the end of my series, and then I'm going to start something new. I don't know what I'm going to start. If I'm going to watch that true crime show that my friend was talking about, or if I'm going to start The Old Man with Jeff Bridges, which looks really good on Hulu. So if you want to watch a show with me, I'm going to start watching that show. And then Only Murders in the Building comes back June 28th. If you haven't watched the first season, trust, go watch it on Hulu. It's fantastic. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. If you're having a bad day, you can just say, I'm going to wipe my hands this day. I'm going to start my day over. I'm going to start having a better day right now. And practice random acts of kindness. You don't have to tell anybody. Just do it. Just do it to be a nice, better person. And most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And I love you guys so much. Happy Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.